Good morning, student. Today we're going to discuss the later part of the chapter, that is the natural vegetation and wildlife as a resource. That is the remaining part that we're going to discuss. Natural vegetation and wildlife actually exist in a very narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere that we call as biosphere. So it is present in the biosphere. In the biosphere, living beings are interrelated and interdependent on each other for their survival and existence. So the life supporting system that exists in the biosphere that we termed as ecosystem, where every individual life organism that are dependent on each other for their survival and existence. Vegetation and wildlife are a valuable resource for us, as plant provides us with timber, it gives shelter to animals, it provides oxygen that we breathe, it protects soil, and if it is protecting soil, it is essential for the growing of crops that we all know. It acts as a shelter belts, it helps in storage of underground water, it gives us fruits, nuts, oil, gum, medicinal plants, and also the paper that is so important and essential for our study. So there are innumerable use of plants, and thus it is very important to us. So natural vegetation, or rather say the plant community, is very important for us in every respect. And wildlife, that includes animals, birds, insects, as well as the aquatic life forms, they provide us with many things like milk, meat, hides and wools. Insect like bees provides us with honey, help in pollination of flower, and have an important role to play as decomposers in the ecosystem. So the birds feed on insect and acts as a decomposer as well. Vulture, due to its ability to feed on dead animals, and livestock, is a scavenger and considered as a vital cleanser of the environment. So each and every animals in the ecosystem are vital for other to survive. So animals, big or small, all are very important and integral in maintaining the balance in the ecosystem. Like that, plants also is helping to balance the ecosystem. So all the plants and animals are actually helps in the balance or maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. So now we're going to read about the distribution of natural vegetation. The growth of vegetation depends primarily in the temperature and moisture condition of that particular region. The major vegetation types of the world are grouped as forest, grasslands, shrubs and tundra. In areas of heavy rainfall, huge trees may thrive. These forests are thus associated with areas having abundant water supply. So it will have a dense growth of forest. As the amount of moisture decreases, the size of trees and grasses grow in the region of moderate rainfall, forming the grassland of the world. So in the heavy rainfall area, there will be the forest cover which are dense growth, and as the rainfall decreases, it is becoming moderate, the forest will take the shape of a grassland. Again, when the rainfall decreases much more, then there will be the thorny shrubs and bushes that grows in drier parts of region with a very low rainfall. So in such areas, plants must have a deep roots and leaves with thorny and waxy surface. In order, why? To reduce the loss of moisture through transpiration. They must have that. Tundra of vegetation of cold polar region comprises of certain particular species of plants such as mosses and lichens. So today there are many more people in the world than there were 2 centuries back. To feed the growing number of people, large areas of forest have been cleared for agricultural land, because we need agricultural land to produce more in order to feed the growing population. So forests are being converted into agricultural land. So forest cover all over the world is vanishing rapidly. So there is an urgent need to conserve this valuable resource. It is becoming depleted for us only. We are cutting the forest for providing shelter. So we need to conserve the natural vegetation and wildlife, because they are maintaining the balance in the ecosystem, and it is providing us with many things which are very valuable for our sustenance also. So forests are our wealth, plants give shelter to the animals, and together they maintain the ecosystem. So changes of climate and human interference can cause the loss of the natural habitat for the plants and animals. So we are losing the natural habitat for us, and because of the changing climatic condition. So many species have become vulnerable today, or rather say endangered, and some are on the verge of extinction. Why? Because of the deforestation, soil erosion, constructional activities, forest fires, tsunami and landslides are some of the human and natural factors which accelerate the process of extinction of these species. One of the major reasons is the hunting and poaching of animals that causes the extinction of certain animals. The animals are poached for collection and illegal trades of their hides, skins, nails, teeth, horn, as well as for their feathers. Some of these animals are tiger, lion, elephant, deer, crocodile, rhino, and snow leopard. So this can be conserved by increasing our awareness. We can conserve those species of animals if we are aware. So in order to be aware, we need to build national parks. There are some national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, biosphere reserves are made to protect our natural vegetation and wildlife. Conservation of species can be done while creating those national parks, wildlife sanctuaries. So there is a balance in the environment can be reached if we were aware of our environment. Human activity in several parts of the world have disturbed the natural habitats of many species. Due to indiscriminate killing, several birds and animals have either become extinct or on the verge of extinction. So awareness programs have to be built. Social forestry, Bana Mahotsav should be encouraged at the regional and community level. In school, children should be encouraged to plant trees and to recognize the festival of Bana Mahotsav. Many countries have passed laws against the trade as well as killing of birds and animals as illegal. In India, killing lions, tigers, deers, peacocks is illegal today. An international convention has been established that listed several species of animals and birds in which trade is prohibited. Conservation of plants and animals is an ethical duty of every citizen. So we need to conserve the plants and animals because it becomes our ethical duty, because it is providing us with many things. So we need to conserve it, because if we do not conserve, ultimately we will be the loser. So we have to build awareness, we have to conserve the vital resources of plants and animal species in order to sustain our life and also to maintain the balance in the ecosystem. So thanking you. So we have completed the chapter 2. Next day we will be going with the question answers, and later in the coming day we will start with the next chapter, that is chapter 3 from NCERT book. Thanking you.